Hello, I'm glad you're here. I'm Heelsgood Dan, and I would like to welcome you back to Eternal Hope. In this video, I will be discussing how to heal from heartbreak related to breakups as it relates to the game. For a brief moment, we thought we could win, but what they lacked in intelligence, they made up for in strength. I fear this is the end of us. Everyone I know is gone.
Look, more hedgehogs. They look scared. I have a bad feeling about this place.
Alright, I think I'm just gonna wait for the whole lore and gameplay element to finish, because I don't want to get interrupted when I'm trying to speak. I'm in the middle of a thought.
A troll! Run!
Okay, that'll do. My first tip, which can even be applied to this current situation as I run for my ever-given life, is to keep your distance. Even if you ended on good terms, just give yourself that time and that space to understand the extent of the breakup. Avoid texting, DMing, calling, emailing, sending a letter, avoid all of it. Again, even if you ended on good terms, you need to give yourself as much or as little time as you feel you need to fully process the breakup, heal from it, and move on. No one is saying that you have to avoid them forever. Just take the time you need to heal. Alright, anyway, my next piece of advice, which is similar and is relevant to all forms of grief, heartbreak, trauma, etc., is to have a support system in place. Now, this is pretty key to the grieving process. I know it can be easy to lose yourself and isolate yourself from everyone, everything, to keep the pain away. But it is better to surround yourself with friends, family, animals, maybe a plant, whatever works for you to help keep you in a positive and supportive environment. And this is because during a breakup, you may question your self-worth. So for instance, you may think, was I the problem? Was it my fault? Am I good enough? And things of that nature. So having the support and positivity will help reinforce your self-worth and keep you from overthinking. They may also stop you from doing things that you may regret. Maybe you were drunk texting or showed up uninvited at their house, whatever the case may be, and no one wants that. Alright, my next tip is anger management. Now, even if you're not an angry person per se, like myself, I'm not angry, but chances are when you break up with someone, there's going to be an unhappy party, right? Someone's going to be angry at the result of it, or maybe they'll be upset, whatever the case is. Which is why the people that you surround yourself, like I said in the last tip, is important, because they can stop you from doing things you'll regret later. I know everyone deals with anger differently. Some of us use peace and conversation, again like myself. I personally like to talk things out, but that might not be good for you. Others like to drive their keys into the side of a car, carve their names into the leather seats, and maybe slash a hole in all 4 tires. If you know, you know. Whatever works for you, although I strongly suggest a peaceful method and methods that won't potentially lead to harm, maybe fines, or if in any case scenario, jail. And just a quick side note with the support systems, I know it can be very easy to fall into substance abuse, but I do encourage, if at all possible, healthier methods to cope, whether it's exercise, just venting to friends, maybe retail therapy, anything that won't hurt you in the process. Well, technically retail therapy can hurt you financially, but aside from that, anything that will promote coping without promoting self-harm. Just to backtrack and reiterate what I said earlier in other episodes about grief, you need to treat a breakup like how you treat grief, because they are very similar in nature, and a breakup can actually cause you to grieve.
Let's try to pull the lever now.
Lever? Lever? Sometimes I find it difficult to believe that English is my first language. How did that troll just break the wall with little to no effort? You gotta be kidding me. Are you serious? Now the elevator's gonna break. Little buddy, we're going down. Wait, where are you? What? Wait, where are you going? Wait! She knew what had to be done. Without hesitation, she jumped towards the generator. As the troll got closer, she said her farewells. A sacrifice he would never forget. Chapter 7. The Trickster. How ironic is it that I'm heartbroken right now? You know what, let's all take a moment to remember our fallen hedgehog friend. You will be missed, but your sacrifice will not go in vain. No, but seriously, I'm actually kind of sad about that. That was awful. I cannot believe that they showed her getting ripped apart.
We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her.
I know, Ellie, I agree, that's what the commemoration was for.
He's holding a soul fragment.
Do not test me, I am in no mood. A mischievous creature appeared in front of him. And in the blink of an eye, it got away, carrying a piece of her soul. I'm getting real sick of this game, let me tell you. I have never been more heated over a video game. I'm over it. So over it. Alright, moving on with Mending a Broken Heart. Let's talk about self-reflection. Remember when I said that you may doubt yourself and question what went wrong? That is known as self-doubt and not self-reflection.
You could try to use your scarf to glide in the air.
So self-reflection only can occur after you've healed and have support. Self-doubt is usually negative and unhealthy, occurring during grief, while self-reflection can be beneficial and eye-opening, and that usually occurs after you've accepted what has happened and after the grieving process. So now this would be like the 5th stage of grief, which is acceptance. And it's beneficial because it can help you identify what the mistakes were and help you understand where and why the relationship failed.
I heard an explosion the other day, but they told us not to worry about it. Rumors are starting to spread. Something about strange apparitions.
And just a quick side note, it's healthy to look at the past, just try not to stare too long. Oh, hello, friend. I love how all these anmu, for the most part, are just like conveniently placed around the world to like help us. I don't really know what this one's supposed to do for us, but that's okay. I'm sure they'll come into play eventually. Like right now with Indiana Jones over here throwing a boulder to... You ever just not want to play a game anymore?
Watch out! That was close.
I love how that anmu was unfazed. It just bounced off like nothing even happened. It flat out just sat there. I was like, no worries, everyday life, just giant rock. I really do hate that little goblin though, I must be honest. I don't even know what I did to it that it hates me so much that it's taken these soul pieces trying to... I don't know what the hell its problem is. Oh, another soul flower. Okay, you know what? Just as good. That was really fast. I don't need his soul piece right now. We'll get it later.
Chapter 8. The Forgotten City.
Now, I know I usually do 2 chapters per episode, but that one was very fast, so I'm gonna go on. Alright, my next tip is to take back your own life. Now, what I mean is, by taking back your life, that is, to cleanse your space of negative thoughts or reminders of your now ex. So that is deleting the pictures you took, Maybe you give back the sweater they gave you, maybe you burn the sweater, whatever it is. The goal is to remove any potentially painful triggers.
What do you think these generators are for?
If I had to guess, it would be to generate power to something. It's kind of what they do. And there we are. I'm going to change my answer. It opens a gate. Alright, my next suggestion for healing a broken heart is to talk to someone. Whether it's venting to a friend or a family member, a pet, maybe a therapist, maybe you just want to talk to your plants again, just to let it out. Because similar to grief, it can be overwhelming, especially if you were vulnerable and authentic with your partner. They betrayed your trust, and that can be very difficult to bounce back from. So share your feelings. I know you may be capable of dealing with it on your own, but you don't have to, or at least you shouldn't have to.
I've heard about this place. Oh, it's him again.
My second to last piece of advice is to get out of your own head. I know that it may feel like the end of the world, but trust me when I say it is not. It may hurt. I know it may feel suffocating or unbearable. And believe me when I say that I know from personal experience that the thoughts that go through your mind can be so harsh that you feel like shutting down completely. If this happens to you, again, I suggest seeing a professional, but if you're the type that does not want or like medical help, I obviously can't force you.
It used to be really crowded in here. Something terrible must have happened.
But I can suggest, again, to get out of your own head, whether it's to go out with friends or invite them over if you don't want to leave the house. I know you may not want to. Even if you make plans, you're probably going to cancel them last minute. Trust me, I do it all the time. But don't let this be the end of you. The world deserves your story.
Our last experiments didn't succeed. I'm not sure if I can keep doing this anymore. They've been acting so strange lately. They must be hiding something.
And finally, my last tip. This one's a bitter pill to swallow. There was a reason that you or the other person have ended the relationship. If you were not able to work it out when you were dating, chances are you will not be able to work it out again. Stand your ground and allow the breakup to be final. Don't go back. I know there are probably people that disagree with me, and maybe they had a failed relationship and they went back to their ex and ended up working on themselves and reconnecting. So all I can say is to use your own discretion at that point. In my opinion, just one person's opinion, do not go back. It's probably not worth it. The time and the energy that you spend is probably not worth it. There will be others. They may not come tomorrow or the next day. Could be weeks, maybe months, years. Going on 20 years single here, no worries. I'm okay. But when you do find them, they will accept you. And they will accept all of you for you. No drastic changes should need to happen to let them love you as you are. There may be minor tweaks, everyone can stand for some improvement, but it won't be drastic. So instead of going back, use what you have learned to grow, improve, change for the better. It took about 9 months to create your heart. You're really going to let someone break it in seconds? They're probably not worth it. Anyone that does not value you is not worth it, and you do not need their validation. Greater things await those who strive. Chapter 9. The Laboratory. Or Laboratory. Again, English. Who knows? However you want to pronounce it, I think laboratory is more fun, personally. Alright, I'm going to end this video here. If you enjoyed the video and thought it was informative, please feel free to like. If you did not like the content, feel free to dislike and leave a constructive comment. If If you would like to stick around for future videos, please feel free to subscribe. There is power in each choice that you make. Stay safe, stay hopeful, you're worth it, and thank you for watching. Take care.